Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to delve into the fascinating world of HTML and we will explore the essential concept of ID and class attributes. By the end of this session, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how these attributes function and how they can be effectively implemented in your web development projects. Get ready to elevate your HTML knowledge to new heights. As we embark on this enlightening journey together, let's dive in. First, we will learn about class attribute and then we will move further and we will learn about ID attribute. So the class attribute in HTML serves a valuable purpose by allowing you to assign a specific class to an HTML element. This makes it possible for multiple elements to share the same class, providing consistency and efficiency in your code. Class attribute is incredibly useful tool in web development. Not only does it allow you to easily link element to a specific styling rules in a style sheet, and style sheet is where we style our web page components. And it also provides JavaScript with the ability to access and manipulate elements based on their assigned class names. This versatile feature enhances both the design and functionality of your website or application. Creating a class in CSS is simple and straightforward. All you need to do is write a period character followed by the desired class name. You can then define the CSS properties within curly braces to customize the styling as per your requirements. And now it's time to learn about ID attribute. And the HTML ID attribute serves a crucial purpose by allowing you to assign a unique identifier to an HTML element. That no two elements share the same ID within an HTML document. By following this rule, you can maintain clarity and prevent any confusion when working with your code. The ID attribute serves multiple purposes when it comes to web development. Not only does it enable you to easily navigate and modify specific style declarations within a style sheet, but it also allows JavaScript to seamlessly interact with and manipulate individual elements based on their unique ID. This powerful feature enhances the functionality and versatility of your web page. To define an ID in CSS, you simply need to follow a specific syntax. Start by using the hash character and then write the name of your ID. After that, enclose the CSS properties within curly braces. This clear, straightforward format ensures proper identification and customization of element on your website. The ID name is required to have at least one character, should not start with a number, and must exclude any white space characters like spaces or tabs. ID and class names are case sensitive. It means if you write #header and #header with capital H, these both names are considered as different names. So be careful while writing the names of ID or classes for selecting elements. And now it's time to learn these concepts in practice. Let's open VS Code and I am going to show you how we can use this in practice. And now first of all, I am going to show you an example of how we can use class attribute in our HTML elements. And in order to do this, first we need to add some elements and then we are going to use our classes to style these elements by using the class name. And now in this example, we are using 3 divs, and in these divs we have one heading element and one paragraph element. And now what we want to do is we want to style these 3 divs by using our class selector. In order to do this, we want to use class attribute in our div element right here, and we also need this class attribute in these other 2 divs. So first I am going to add class attribute in this div. So write class then equal to, and then we have double quotes, and inside these double quotes we are going to give this div a class name. So a class name can anything, you can name it whatever you want, but in my case I am going to name this class just city. As we talked earlier that class name we can assign to different elements. Now I am going to add this class name in these 2 other divs. So just click here and then press Alt on your keyboard and then click into the second div. By using this multi-cursor feature, we can add our class name in both divs. So first we need a space, then we use class attribute, then equal to, and then here we will write our class name, in my case which is city, like this. And now we successfully added our class attribute in our divs, and now we are going to use this class and we are going to style all these three divs by using just this city class. And here I am not going to use inline style because we are using classes, and now we are going to style this by using this style element, and so it must be in our head element. Let's start styling our divs. So as we know, these are class names, and to select these we just need to insert period sign before the name of this class. Like our class name is city, and before that we are using this period sign, and this is the syntax for our class. Now I am going to add my class name here like this, then we open curly brackets, and now in between these curly braces we are going to use our CSS properties. The first thing I want to do is I want to change the background color of our divs, and I hope you know that how we can change the background color. We just write background like this, and here we have to choose the color of our background. So here I am choosing orange color, and you can see that we successfully changed our background color by using just a single class. And what this class is doing is this class is selecting all these three divs and changes the background color to orange. And now I am going to add border around these divs. So to add border, just write border, then here I am going to use is 1 pixel, which is solid border, and the third value is black. And now you can see our divs have a border which is of 1 pixel solid black. And now I am going to use margin property like this, and here we want to specify our margin by using pixels, rems or ems. I am going to use 20 pixels like this. And now you can ask what margin is for. Margin is for giving space outside our element. Like this is our div element and we want to give space outside of this element. So in order to do this, we need to use margin property of our CSS. And here you can see this is 20 pixels margin right here and also right here. And in this way we easily separated our divs from each other. And now the fourth property that I want to use is the padding property, which we can write like this. Just define padding, and then here we can enter any value that we like, and in my case I will use 20 pixel padding. And what padding is for? It is for to give space inside our element. The difference between margin and padding is that margin is for giving space outside of our element and padding is for giving space inside of our element. We can also use margin right property or margin left property, and also margin top and margin bottom. And this property, which is margin, is shorthand. As you can see, this is a shorthand property to set values for thickness of the margin area. And similarly we have padding, padding top, padding left and padding right. And if you use just padding, this will be applied on all the four sides, like on right side, left side and top, and also at bottom. Now let's suppose I just want to add padding on the left side of this div element. So in order to do this, in this case I want to use padding left, then press enter, then here specify the value of our padding like 40 pixels. And now you can see that on left side our padding is increased. And now our total padding on the left side is 40 plus 20, and total padding will be 60 pixels. And this is how we can use class attribute in HTML. And now I am going to show you how we can use ID attribute, and it's pretty simple. We can use ID attribute like this. Just place your cursor inside that element where you want to add ID attribute. Like I want to add this ID attribute in my heading element, and here I just need to write ID, then equal to, and then in these double quotes we are going to write the name of our ID. In my case I want to call this ID just heading like this. And now here what we are doing is we are using this ID selector, and by using this ID selector we will select this element and we can style this element, this heading element, in whatever way we like. And so syntax for writing this in our style sheet is just using hash instead of period before the name of our ID. So write the name like this, and this is our syntax for selecting an element which have ID attribute. And in these curly braces we are going to use our properties. And for this I am just going to increase the font size of this heading element. And in order to do this, just type font size, and then here the value should be in pixels, rems or rems. And in my case I am going to use 3 rems like this, and you can see our font size is increased. And this is how we can add ID attribute in any element. But remember, we cannot use the same ID name into any other element because the ID names are unique for each element. We cannot provide this ID which is heading into this paragraph element. But when you are using classes, this is not the case. Like you can see in this example, we can using the same class name in 3 elements. And this is the difference between class and ID attribute. The purpose of these both attributes are the same. They simply help us to select our element for styling. And same thing is happening here in our heading element. In our heading element, we are not using class, but we are using ID attribute. And by using this ID attribute we are styling, we just increases the size of our heading element by using this ID selector. And these classes and IDs are just for selecting our element, and then we can style these elements in our CSS in whatever way we like. And there you have it. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join this exciting web development journey with us. Keep coding and keep creating. I will see you in the next video.